Welcome to Advocation X. This would be episode number 30. Time for a Tesla newsworthy broadcast. Special thanks and hello to all you beautiful people out there. But before we continue, please help further our cause by hitting the like button and subscribing for future content. Become a member and smash that bell while you're at it so you miss nothing going forward. Our disclaimer: ours is an opinion channel, but it is based on facts. We will answer the questions of those who are subscribed members, but remember, your opinions are more than welcomed, including critical analysis. So, topics to tackle here and now. The approaching battery day and what it could mean for the future of Teslas. Tesla Model Y, oh my gosh, Tesla Model Y, new features. Yeah, that was gas. And he was hardly moving, but he made a lot of noise. Wonderful. Tesla's chances of survival. Perfect timing, buddy. Perfect timing. Giga Germany and what's going on there. So let's attempt to unpack this right now. The approaching battery day is something that's been majorly anticipated by all of us who have been following Tesla and what's about to come. When we look at the hints of all the past fireside chats, discussions and interviews, master classes given by Elon and others within his organization, we can glean all kinds of hints as to what's coming. We remember Elon talking about a battery that could withstand 40 full cycles. 4,000 full cycles. So if you think of in terms of the capacities of the batteries that are there now, if he was able to turn those into 4,000 cycle batteries, look at the length of time those batteries are going to last. Now, think of this now again. It looks like technology, they have different research that's shown even better than that. At the very least, we know that they've achieved 5,000 plus cycles in certain chemistries that allow those batteries to get that sort of life. So let me just hypothesize and say we get up to, let's say, just the 5,000, doesn't go any further. The extra capacity of that battery leaves these options. You can use a much smaller battery pack and get the same range that you're getting now. You can increase the range of the battery slightly by putting just a few more cells than would be half. You can have so many different combinations. There's also so many different chemistries that they have actually tested and come up with amazing results that they can use different chemistries for different vehicle needs. If you need a vehicle that has that long range, you can use a battery with a little less density. However, if you have that cycle period and a charging centers along the way, you can get there with heavy loads and not have to use huge battery packs in order to achieve the same job. So each car would have to be looked at for its versatility and its need, and then you apply the chemistry to the batteries that would best serve that need. Elon's already mentioned that the technology and the batteries that he uses for the X and the S are not obsolete in his mind. They're making major advancements in even that chemistry and technology. So there's no reason for him to abandon it. It will be used where its applications merit. These new, let's say the Tesla 1s or Tesla 2s that are going to be coming out, we have to look at those and say, okay, so what kind of application would they need? If he's looking at those as robocabs, primarily, they don't need more than like 150 to 200 mile range. They really wouldn't. Most of them. I'm sure he'll have a little bit larger pods that'll probably have a bigger capacity for a longer trip. But for the most part, Most of these trips are short, and most of them are without more than 2 passengers. I believe the statistic is 1.2, and he said even at the worst case scenario, as we go on, it may become 1.4 once the robocabs are launched, because people will be more inclined to jump in and take the ride. So let's even say at 1.4. So you need a smaller vehicle. You can use a much smaller battery pack. Therefore, you can produce many more robocabs. And with the new technology they're coming out with, the materials are abundantly available, which means that they'll be able to produce battery packs, as much as they need to supply the needs of the robocabs and the people who are owning their own vehicles. I'm thinking that the semi-truck is going to use one of these technologies to achieve the distance that they're going to be able to achieve, the charging that they're going to require, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many others who are doing YouTube videos as well, is that semi-truck will probably have multiple packs and multiple charging points. So a semi-truck can pull up, plug in maybe, let's say, 3-4 chargers, and each pack will be charging simultaneously. So that same 15, 20, 30 minutes that you would use for a Model 3 will give you the same percentage of battery and more range in the semi. Think of the 4,000 cycles in a battery that goes 600 kilometers, and how far that battery is going to be able to go once they implement this new technology. Think about the power that they're going to be able to apply with slightly different technology in that Roadster to achieve that 1.9 seconds 0 to 60. I think we're going to see a lot of major announcements from Elon when this comes up, not just one. And this is why he seemed to be so excited for Battery Day. And I'm sure he's bursting inside and wants to let it all out. Everything I'm telling you is speculation. But I think with the few technologies that they have been researching and have actually come to a point of proving that they exist, I think they're all going to be of value. I think the patents are going to be flying. And they're going to keep those patents close to the chest until they have way surpassed those. Then they'll be released to the public. So Tesla Model Y and its new features. The Tesla Model Y is absolutely a beautiful looking crossover. Smooth lines. The chrome delete, even I am impressed. I really do like the chrome look as well, but once I saw the chrome delete and how good the quality is, I'd say another winning detail. The cargo size. You can fit so much in that vehicle, and it's not the biggest vehicle they make. So this is a crossover SUV, which has tons of cargo space. It has that pass-through area, which honestly, some people complain about the rod that sticks out to hold the middle seat. Well, fold down the 2 seats. You can still put pass-through. If you happen to have a couple of surfboards that you have to put through there, and they're not going to fit like 3 or 4 surfboards through that middle, and you want to have 2 people on either side, I can understand. Okay, get a Model X. Simple. Get a Model X. It's going to have more, but it's going to cost you more. I think the Y is a perfect combination of size, versatility, utility, look, and performance. It shares so many similarities with the Model 3. It only has slightly higher clearance on the ground, even though it has an off-road mode, which I don't know how much off-roading you could do. I'd probably leave it on the road. However, inside, your clearance is now such that they have risers on the seats that allow you to sit up much more comfortably. So some people were worried about sitting in the back of the Model 3 and your knees being pushed right up because the floor is actually the battery. So that gives you less room because it's a low slung car. Well, with the Model Y, these risers give you such comfort now, and lots of legroom in the back, lots of legroom in the front. There's nice headroom, and apparently the glass is beautiful to behold. Sitting in the back of the Model Y apparently gives you a much better view than you get out of the Model 3 or anything similar. So hats off to Elon for another smash, bang up job on the Model Y. It is definitely going to be one of the most important vehicles that Elon produces all time. One of the most. This is not about the Cybertruck, but the Cybertruck I think is going to be the big game changer, and I'm going to do a video on that as well. Now, we want to discuss Tesla's chances for survival through this super bad illness, cold flu thingy. Well, I watched a press release, and the cash on hand before that capital raise was pretty impressive. Add the capital raise to that, well over $8 billion in reserve. Basically, he has enough in reserve to weather 5 quarters of shutdown of the U.S. facilities. They still need to have some working systems going because they have to support their vehicles and they have to have the service centers. So those are going to be essential services that aren't going to stop. But we do know that the Fremont factory and some of the others are shutting down, like New York, etc., etc. And that's necessary in order to fight this big bad cold. So Tesla's chances of survival are absolutely phenomenal. I've said it from the very beginning. I'm not a financial advisor, but my advice as a human being, bet on Tesla. Bet on Tesla. If I had $1 million right now plunked into my hand, $750,000 goes right into Tesla stock. Immediately. And if nobody wants to give it up, I'll find a way. I'll ask Elon to sell me some of his. Like, honestly, I was right from the beginning. I hope I'm going to be right all the way to the end. Tesla is the winner. Okay, brings me to Giga Germany. Did you know that Giga Germany is still moving ahead? Even amid their crisis, they have quite a number of illness, cold, flu symptoms, or positive outcomes, whatever you want to call it. I just can't get into those details. But even amongst this scare, they are absolutely going ahead with the Giga Germany, which means US can stay folded for a long period of time, and Tesla will still be serviced really well by the Shanghai production and then the Giga Germany production. This is before, all of this is in lieu of Texas or Tennessee becoming the home of the new Gigafactory. Well, at this moment right now, I could see Tesla resorting those resources to a different continent and opening another Gigafactory there until the U.S. gets their act together. Because by minimalizing the risks and the dangers of this illness, flu, cold thing, they're putting everybody in jeopardy. And I would applaud Elon to not put all of his eggs in that basket. So, all in all, Tesla is on the move. They are going to climb and continue climbing. There's going to be, short of the world stopping tomorrow, I believe Tesla will continue to be there. So those are my predictions. I really appreciate everybody's attentiveness, staying till the end of my videos, hitting the like button, subscribing, becoming a member. You are those who aren't going to miss another episode. You are those who are going to propel us to an ability to really pipe in the news as it occurs, to be able to give you much more accurate information, detailed information, with stats and charts and everything else that you're going to need to fully understand the scope of all the topics we will be tackling. And believe me, there is already a list that exists that will be covered eventually as we grow this channel. So, once again, good folks, I must say, we never give up, we never give in, but we will always keep an open mind, because we know that knowledge is power. So we will, and we implore you to do your research, because you need to regain your power. That will come through the knowledge, making sure you are informed in your decisions. So thank you once again for spending time with us here on this channel. We hope to see you often and regularly. You take care, and remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and try your best to always be happy. Till next time.